Everything you know about learning is wrong. Not slightly wrong. Not mostly right. Fundamentally, completely wrong. And this one mistake is costing you more than you realize. It is costing you your confidence, your progress, and in many cases, your potential. Today I am going to show you the truth. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Welcome back to Gentle Wisdom. By the end of this video, you will understand why everything you were taught about intelligence is incorrect, why the moments that feel hardest are actually your most valuable, and how to use this knowledge to learn anything faster than you ever thought possible. So slow down, listen carefully, and let's begin. Lesson 1. You were lied to about intelligence. Here is the lie most of us were told as children. Some people are smart. Some people are not. And you are born as one or the other. This idea is so deeply embedded in our culture that most people never question it. When something is hard, they conclude they are not smart enough. When they fail, they take it as proof of their limitations. But this idea is scientifically false. Carol Dweck, a psychologist at Stanford University, spent decades studying how people learn. Her research shows something remarkable. The belief that intelligence is fixed is not just wrong. It is harmful. It causes people to avoid challenges, give up at the first sign of difficulty, and never discover what they are truly capable of. The truth is different. Intelligence is not fixed. It grows. It develops. It changes based on what you do with it. Your brain is not a container with a fixed amount of intelligence inside. It is more like a muscle. The more you challenge it, the stronger it becomes. This changes everything. Remember this. Stop asking if you are smart enough. Start asking how you can challenge yourself enough. Lesson 2. Struggle is the signal, not the problem. Here is what nobody told you. When learning feels hard, that is not a sign that something is wrong. That is a sign that something is right. When you struggle with a concept, your brain is working to build new connections. When something feels just beyond your reach, your brain is being asked to grow. The discomfort you feel is not failure. It is construction. Think about what happens when you exercise. Your muscles do not grow during the workout. They grow during the recovery afterward, in response to the stress placed on them. The harder the workout, the greater the adaptation. Your brain works exactly the same way. The struggle is the workout. The difficulty is the stress that forces growth. This means that every time you sat down to learn something and found it difficult, you were not failing. You were training. There was once a learner named Dewey. She had studied English for 2 years. But she always chose content that felt comfortable, podcasts she could easily follow, books that felt simple. She avoided anything that made her work. Her English barely improved. Then she changed her approach. She started choosing material that was just beyond her level. Podcasts she had to listen to twice. Articles she had to read slowly. Conversations that made her reach. It felt uncomfortable, frustrating. Sometimes she wanted to quit. But 3 months later, her English had changed more than in the previous 2 years combined. The struggle was not the obstacle. The struggle was the path. Here is what works. Seek out the material that is just slightly too hard. That edge is exactly where your brain grows fastest. Lesson 3. Mistakes are not failures. They are data. Here is another belief that is holding you back. The idea that making mistakes means you are doing it wrong. Most people try to avoid mistakes. They only attempt things they know they can do correctly. They never try anything that might reveal a gap in their knowledge. But this is exactly backwards. Research on learning consistently shows that making mistakes and then correcting them is one of the most powerful ways to learn. When you make a mistake, your brain pays closer attention. It tries to understand what went wrong. It builds a stronger memory of the correct information. A mistake followed by a correction is more valuable than 10 correct answers you already knew. Think about a GPS system. When you take a wrong turn, the GPS does not shut down. It does not conclude that you are a bad driver. It recalculates. It uses the new information to find a better route. Your learning should work the same way. Every mistake is data. Every error is information. Every wrong answer is your brain showing you exactly where to focus next. Start here. Stop avoiding mistakes. Start making them on purpose. Try harder things. Get things wrong. Then learn from what went wrong. Lesson 4. The hardest sessions are the most valuable. Here is the final truth that changes everything. The study sessions that feel hardest are the most valuable. The days when nothing seems to work are the days when the most invisible progress is being made. The moments when you want to quit are the moments when growth is happening most intensely. This is not motivation. This is neuroscience. When learning feels easy, your brain is operating on existing pathways. It is doing what it already knows. When learning feels hard, your brain is building new pathways, new connections, new capability. Think about two learners. Both study for 1 hour. The first chooses easy content. She understands everything. She finishes feeling good about herself. The second chooses hard content. She struggles. She makes mistakes. She has to stop and think. She finishes feeling frustrated. After 3 months, the second learner has grown dramatically more. Not despite the difficulty. Because of it. The sessions that felt like failure were the sessions that built her capability. Now look at your own learning. The times you felt most stuck, most confused, most ready to give up. Those were not your worst sessions. They were your most important ones. Everything you know about learning is wrong. And now you know the truth. The struggle is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that you are growing. Tonight, when something feels hard, remember this. Your brain is building something right now. Do not stop. And little by little you are becoming. Train your mind and keep becoming.